Welcome to iLecture Now let's apply the parallel axis theorem to a wide board. Again, we're using the same principle that the moment of inertia of an object is equal to the moment of inertia of that object when it's rotating about its center mass plus the mass of the object times the distance that we moved from the center mass to the new location of the point of rotation, quantity squared. So when we have a thick board, or a wide board, and it has width and it has length, and there's the center mass. So we know that the moment of inertia at the center mass is 1/12 mass times the sum of the length squared plus the width squared. But now we move it to the edge. So we move a distance d, which is half the length. So therefore we add m times the distance squared, m times L over 2 squared. So that becomes 1/4 ml squared. We add that to the original. Notice when we add 1/12 ml squared plus 1/4 ml squared, we get 1/3 ml squared, which is the moment of inertia of a thin board that has length L rotating about its end. So we do get that very same expression. And in the other direction, the width direction, we're still at the center of the board, center mass at least in the width direction. So we still get 1/12 mw squared. But what happens when we move diagonally to a point right there? So now the distance d that we move is going to be equal to the square root of the sum of the squares of the distances. So w over 2 squared and L over 2 squared. So when we square those, of course, we know that we have m times d squared. So the square undoes the radical, so we end up with 1/4 ml squared plus 1/4 mw squared. When we add it to the original moment of inertia to center mass, now we get 1/3 ml squared plus 1/3 mv and w squared. In other words, we get the moment of inertia of a thin board in the length direction and in the width direction. We simply add them together for the total moment of inertia. And that's how we deal with wide boards in the parallel axis theorem. On the next video, we'll use the parallel axis theorem with holes when the hole moves away from the center mass so that the hole no longer has the same point of rotation as the rest of the object. And that again, we need to use the parallel axis theorem in order to figure out how to work with that. So stay tuned and we'll show you the trick of how to work something like that.